Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
This weekend, the Hill City has seen no shortage of violence, while recent incidents are leading to a troubling milestone. Plus, as the eviction ban expires nationwide, states and local governments left to solve this issue themselves.
$6 billion that has been allocated, only $3 billion has gone out to help renters and small mom and pop landlords.
While health experts fear it could add fuel to the new COVID surge. And the immigration backlog in Virginia is one of the largest in the U.S., while legal experts are not surprised in what they suggest tonight as a solution. We thank you for your company tonight at 6. I'm McKinley Struther. We start with shootings, a series of them tonight from the city of Lynchburg. Police there have arrested a suspect after a man was shot and killed in the 1800 block of Park Avenue. Police arrived at that scene early this morning to find Gary Braxton, who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital, but unfortunately he died later from his injuries. Police say Alfonso Spinner is charged with second-degree murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. Officials say this is the 8th homicide in that city so far this year, matching the most in recent years. You can see the number of those homicides from years past right here on your screen. Now, also tonight from the city of Lynchburg, this is news we brought you as breaking news last night. Police say a woman was shot at Sandusky Park late Saturday evening. Authorities were called to that area shortly after 10 p.m. That woman was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the suspects involved, several of them men, they all ran away from that scene. These are both developing stories, and we're working for you to get the latest details from police. Stay up to date with us by visiting our website or by downloading our free 10 News app. Tonight, state police are searching for a man whose disappearance poses a threat to his own safety and health. Here he is. It's 79-year-old Rodney Turnbull, who was last seen this morning in Harrisonburg. Authorities say he is possibly driving a dark gray Jeep. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call 911 right away. The United States is hurtling towards a housing crisis. The National Equity Atlas says more than 11 million people are currently late on their rent payments, and soon they could be forced out of their homes. Democratic lawmakers failed to get enough votes to extend the ban on evictions for non-payment of rent, which the CDC imposed last September.
Only do I expect to see mass evictions across the country and filings, I also expect to see all of those cases that are currently on hold immediately move forward and widespread eviction in all of those cities and states where tenants were being protected from the federal moratorium.
Lawmakers say state and local governments should use the Emergency Rental Assistance Program to help those residents. The CDC put the eviction freeze in place last year to limit the spread of COVID. Now, health officials fear evictions could result in a greater surge of this virus. Experts say nearly 70,000 new cases a day are driven by the Delta variant. Vaccinations are also up over 20% last week, but doctors say that's not enough.
We have 100 million people in this country, John, who are eligible to be vaccinated, who are not vaccinated. We've really got to get those people to change their minds.
Nationwide, officials say hospitalizations have increased by 40% and deaths by 30%. This just in the last week. Let's turn now to your forecast, where we had some showers earlier today, but we have since dried out. Meteorologist Delaney Warden joins us now. What do we have in store for the rest of the evening? And of course, people are looking ahead to that work week.
Yes, it's going to be quiet for the rest of this evening. We have some showers around, but they're not in our area. We are going to be staying mostly quiet. And in fact, you're noticing over the past few hours, those clouds have been clearing out of our area. Now, we are still holding on to some of that haziness from the smoke from those fires out west. However, even that will start to clear out heading into tomorrow. So here's a live look from our sky cam over in Blacksburg. You're seeing that haziness. Our temperatures, some of us still very warm at this point. 87 degrees here in Roanoke, which is actually our average high for this time of year. 86 in Lynchburg, 77, one of our cooler spots in Lewisburg. Hillsville now at 76. Temperatures are going to be dropping slowly over the next few hours, but our winds are going to be staying breezy. Notice here in Roanoke, a sustained wind of 16 miles per hour, gusts upwards of about 25 miles per hour throughout the day today, and part of that is because of our cold front moving through. I'll have more details on what that means for your week ahead coming up. McKinley?
Delaney, thank you. After a rare session yesterday, the U.S. Senate is holding yet another bipartisan group meeting today with lawmakers trying to finish that bipartisan infrastructure bill. Senators and staff have been working behind the scenes for days to write the bill, which would spend $1 trillion on roads, public transit, and broadband. Senate leadership wants voting on the bill to be wrapped up before the Senate's August recess. Lawmakers say it will have a major impact on Virginia, including funding for I-81 improvements. The immigration court backlog here in the Commonwealth continues to grow and is one of the largest in the nation. 10 News reporter Alexis Davila is working for you tonight to find out how this impacts thousands of people and why some lawyers are calling for action.
Virginia is the 6th in the nation with the most pending immigration cases, according to the latest data. There are more than 58,000 cases still on the waiting list, and it continues to climb every year. In just the city of Roanoke, there are more than 800 on backlog. It's no surprise to immigration attorney Rachel Thompson.
Now I've been doing this under two different this is my third administration working, and when I first started, the number was half of that.
Because of this pileup, she says the majority of her cases currently are set for 2025.
Can you imagine someone who's come here, who's fled extreme violence in their country? They're going through trauma and PTSD, and now they're at a point where they're seeking refuge, and they have to be put on the stand 5 years later.
Between the leftover cases from the Obama administration, the coronavirus pandemic, and the Trump administration measures, judges' dockets are overpacked. Therefore, Thompson is pushing for a separate judicial system just to handle immigration cases. It's a similar idea to how bankruptcy and tax cases are handled.
There's been a huge push for that in Congress, but until that happens, we're only going to see the backlog get larger.
In Roanoke, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
More news tonight at 6. Just ahead, COVID relief is already making an impact for one Virginia county. How it's solving problems for their upcoming school year. And also coming up, South Florida is rallying behind families who's lost loved ones in that condo collapse. How you can contribute to their 5K fundraiser. That's next.
WSLS 10 News, the proud winner of 2 2021 Emmy Awards for Best Daytime Newscast and Best Evening Newscast.
Grayson County parents can worry about their pockets a little less this school year, and that's all thanks to some COVID aid. All school supplies for students will be paid for by the COVID relief funds. The aid will also pay for all breakfast and lunch meals for students K through 12. The superintendent there says the region's poverty continues to grow, especially due to the pandemic. Therefore, the financial aid will help hundreds of families.
I could only imagine, and we have some families of 4 or 5 or more, having to pay for 2 meals a day, for 180 days. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, that aid is also paying for meals and transportation for students this past summer. We'll leave you with a live look from our new College Institute Skycam in Martinsville. It seems to me that there's a little less haze today. We'll get you a check of your forecast with meteorologist Lainey Warden so you can see what the rest of your evening looks like, and of course that all-important work week forecast. That's in just a few minutes.
Want in on a cool club? Become a WSLS Insider. Fun giveaways, access to exclusive content, and more. Membership is free. Go to WSLS.com/insider.
The South Florida community laced up their shoes Saturday for a 5K in support of families of the Surfside condo collapse victims. 98 people died when the Champlain Tower South fell on June 24th. Event organizers say they were expecting about 300 people to turn out, but instead more than 1,000 runners participated in that race. More than $21,000 was raised for the victims' families. If you would like to donate, just visit supportsurfside.org. In your consumer alert this evening, Twitter is testing new notices to alert you if your account has been suspended or locked. The notifications will show up as a banner at the top of your feed. Twitter says the feature comes after feedback that users realized they were suspended or locked out only after they tried to tweet or follow new accounts. The next time you open Ubereats, you will also see a delivery option for flowers. Uber is teaming up with FTD for its first nationwide florist partnership. Users in select cities can now order flowers from FTD's Pro Flowers. Uber expects to roll out the option nationwide by sometime early next year.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
It may be hard to believe, but it is already August. Our average high for this time of year, 88 degrees, average low, 67. By the time we're wrapping things up this month, we will notice those averages dropping just slightly. 85 will be our average, with 64 being our average low, losing a little over an hour of daylight by the time the month is over. Radar is quiet this evening compared to yesterday or even just a few hours ago when we were tracking some of that rain. It looks like one shower is trying to pop up there towards Smith Mountain Lake. Other than that, we are going to be staying fairly quiet for this evening. Future tracker for your Monday, a lot of sunshine out there. If anything, maybe a few clouds here or there, but overall it's going to be a very pleasant start to our work week. It's going to be when we head into Tuesday that we're bringing in our next cold front and therefore some more rain. Notice all of that cloud cover returning to our area by 9 a.m. Also some rain starting to move in from the southwest, moving into the New River Valley. This will become a little bit more widespread. In fact, I think we're going to be seeing more rain throughout the day than what Future Tracker is showing, but overall we'll have to keep a very close eye on that. Now, a live look from our sky cam overlooking downtown Roanoke. Yes, we're still dealing with that haze out there today, not as significant as what we've seen over the past few, and even tomorrow is going to be looking even better. So if you want to get outside tomorrow, it's going to be a good day to do so. 87 at the moment here in Roanoke, 85 back towards South Boston, Wytheville and Hillsville, even up towards Lewisburg into the mid to upper 70s, and 82 in Hot Springs. Over the next few hours, our temperatures will be dropping fairly consistently. It's going to be a quiet evening for us. Again, most of that rain is done. Most of us will be staying dry, so you really don't have to worry about very much. But if you want to, make sure you have your WSLS 10 weather app handy to have that radar on hand. Temperatures by tomorrow morning are going to be running unseasonably cool for this time of year, into the 50s and 60s across the board. 59 in Pulaski, 58 in Floyd, and Alta Vista you'll be reaching 65, and that's the case for here in Roanoke. Air quality tomorrow looking to be much better. Part of that is going to be because we're going to have that cold front moving through. Now, it is going to be dropping our temperatures for Tuesday, but it is also going to really help with that smoke and pushing it out of our area at least a little bit. So if you do want to get outside tomorrow, it is going to be a great day to do so. Go to the pool if you have the opportunity to do so. Our temperatures will be climbing into the 80s once again. A very pleasant afternoon for us. 80s across pretty much the entire board, with the exception of portions of the New River Valley and the Highlands into the upper 70s. And we are going to be staying in the 70s heading into Tuesday, even some of us for Wednesday. A big reason for that is the jet stream. It's going to be bringing us some cooler air from the north. It is going to be dropping those temperatures. So your 3-day zone forecast, we are going to be staying in the 80s for your Monday, so it is going to be staying a little bit on the warmer side, at least compared to what we're going to be dealing with Tuesday and into Wednesday. Notice those 70s pretty much for the entire region. For the Lynchburg area, we will get a break from the rain on Wednesday. Those highs will be back to the 80s by Thursday. For the Roanoke Valley, we will even be seeing those temperatures nearing 90 once again by next Sunday. McKinley?
Tonight on 10 News at 11, one man battled the coronavirus for 5 months and says it's a miracle that he's still alive, while he's encouraging others to take that vaccine.
And coming up in sports, we'll hear from Caleb Dressel after his incredible feats in the Olympic pool. Team USA also finding success on the greens. And speaking of the greens, how 2 local organizations teamed up to give some kids a very special opportunity here in the Roanoke Valley.
Ahead for us, the new spike in COVID cases among children and how it might impact back to school, plus the out-of-control customers putting restaurant workers on the defense, how some businesses are fighting back. Those stories and more ahead on NBC Nightly News.
Here's a look at the updated medal count. USA has extended its overall lead, now 59 total medals. China at 51 overall, but they still hold the top spot in regards to golds with 24 thus far. As the saying goes, exposure leads to expansion. That's been true for some young ones who are part of the Renaissance Academy. I recently spent some time at a driving range with them as they were introduced to the game of golf thanks to a special partnership. Golf, once thought of as an old man's game, now seeing an influx of younger players here in the Valley.
At first I was like, golf, but now I like it.
I used to play with my dad's golf set that used to be in the basement.
And a revitalized purpose as well, thanks to 2 local organizations teaming up.
That's the grip you want, okay? Perfect.
It's an exciting time to see us come together and working together for the benefit of the youth, for introducing them to the golf game.
Pine Valley Golf Association was formed over 5 decades ago in an effort to help integrate local golf courses. While that may not be the pressing issue today, representation of minorities on the greens and fairways is. Hence, their partnership with the Renaissance and L Academies to teach the game of golf through summer clinics.
Good job. I think it's a good opportunity because you don't really see as many African American kids doing this.
And while the clinics themselves will soon come to an end, the experiences gained and the exposure to something new will forever remain as the next generation shapes its future.
Teaching us how to be good and responsible young men and getting us into colleges.
And I just want to see Pine Valley grow and still become a strong, and still remain a strong part of the community, mentoring young people.
And the story of Pine Valley Golf doesn't end there. Log on to WSLS.com at 7 p.m. for a full-length discussion with other members of the association, as well as the Renaissance Academy. Yes, Around the Way with EJ, 7 p.m. on WSLS.com. Some early baseball scores for you. The Salem Red Sox back in the win column with a 6-2 victory. They return home Tuesday. Lynchburg currently leading Carolina at home at last check. Your news and notes, the Lakers Summer League roster, it includes former Hokie Justin Robinson and former Gate City standout Mac McClung. The Hokies gain a 2022 commitment from DeAndre Martin, a defensive lineman out of Chester. And in primetime tonight, you can catch some track and field events and more gymnastics.
Well, a father and son duo have completed a 200-mile journey down the Chesapeake Bay. The 14-day adventure was to raise money for families in need of financial support due to the pandemic. The money Hurley Mayer, am I saying that correctly? And his son, 13-year-old Andre, was raised in part $3 million for families in need.
That's incredible.
Well, whether I pronounce their name right or wrong, they have done some really good work.
Yes, they have. Good for them.
Absolutely. Let's get a final check of your forecast.
Yes, for this evening, our temperatures will be dropping fairly consistently. It's not going to be nearly as warm as we have been. In fact, we're going to be into the mid-70s by 10 p.m. So if you're getting outside this evening, again, not as warm as we have been. 7-day forecast keeping us busy anywhere from those temperatures changing to rain chances. Yes, you are seeing that right. Don't change your channel or anything. There are 70s on the forecast both Tuesday and Wednesday.
And I like it.
Yes, me too. I'm looking forward to it. So get ready, and then more rain chances return.
All right. Well, NBC Nightly News is next. We'll see you right back here for 10 News at 11.